Okay, we're back with Austin Allen. I will start the questions with Sam McEwen.
Thanks for doing this, Austin. I really appreciate it. Hey, you're surrounded by a lot of young guys on that offense. You're a fourth year guy, so you're a veteran. You kind of know it. What is it when you're playing around players who are really really young? What do you have to remind yourself of as it relates to being patient and understanding they're going through this for the first time, just like you did once upon a time?
Yeah, that's exactly right. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I was in that same spot with this new staff. I know exactly how um, confusing this offense can get sometimes when we're trying to learn our rules and what we need to accomplish. And I understand that these young guys are only been here for 2-3 months, 4 months, trying to get playing time out there, trying to learn this offense. And you said exactly right. That's allowed me to understand their side of it and bring a little patience to it. And I just got to talk them through things sometimes on the field, even if we got to go a little bit slower. Sometimes we like to be a tempo offense. If we need to slow it down, so I know exactly. So if I can tell them exactly what they need to do, I have to do that.
When you were just starting in this offense, when was the moment, in the course of it that it was like, all right, I get it, and I can go as fast as we need to go whenever we need to go that fast?
hmm For me, it felt like there was always a point where you're always going fast. There was a lot of times we were going fast from not exactly doing the right thing. It took through that whole spring ball. That was the first staff when they first got here. That whole spring ball was kind of like I'm treading water. I really don't know what's going on. And then the whole summer with Coach Beck allowed us to really understand our rules. And then going into fall camp, that was when we really started to click. Going into the first couple games that year, that was big for me. Just spring ball into fall camp. So it took a little while, and that's helped me understand that these new guys they're going to struggle for a little bit.
Let's go, Brian Christopherson.
Hey, Austin, your coach just gave a really nice compliment to you that you're a guy that quarterbacks, they like throwing to. They feel confident going your way. What have you done or worked on to become that type of player, especially this year it feels like where you're so involved in the passing game?
Yeah, so a lot of times us tight ends are telling the quarterbacks, we're 6'8", 6'7", just throw it up, we'll go make a play. We obviously have big bodies. We are open when we're not necessarily open in the quarterback's eyes. We tell them just throw the ball, and we'll use our frame, we'll use our body to go make a play. If it's up, we like it to up. So a lot of times DBs are 6 foot, 5'11". I mean, we're like I said, we're 6'7", 6'8". Throw it up, we'll go make a play.
Play on the first drive an example of that where there was trust that you were going to go up and get it?
Yeah, I know a lot of times in the scramble drill, those quarterbacks they're trying to find the big guys. They're trying to find whoever's open, honestly. But I know they trust us tight ends a lot just because just our frame and our size, and all week through practice we're making those plays. So we're just building that trust with the quarterbacks.
Thanks, Austin.
Yep.
Steve Sipple. Steve, your mic.
Sipple, you're muted.
Sorry about that, Austin. I was wondering about your patience level with the offense right now, your own personal patience level, and what sort of vibe do you pick up from your teammates in that regard?
Yeah, so seems like this year we're starting to expand our offense more, and that's good for the entire offense as a whole. It's making me be a little bit more patient throughout the week. I know Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm getting a little frustrated thinking I don't really understand what we're trying to accomplish here. And then as we get into Thursday, Friday, watching more film, slowing practice down, that's when I start to understand I know what we're trying to accomplish here versus this defense. And that's something different that I've seen in the past years where we're just running a play based on rules, whereas we can understand what we're trying to accomplish against this certain defense and how they play. And that's something about this year that I'm starting to really like. How we're forming this offense.
Do you think the guys pick up on it like you do, as well as you do?
It's easier for a guy like me to understand what we're trying to accomplish because I have a background of all the rules that we've had in place for 3 years. I think it's going to be. I know it for sure. It'd be hard for a young guy right now trying to understand what we're trying to accomplish when you don't really have big foundation of the rules and how that applies to the plays that we're dialing up for these teams. But there's an understanding that comes with it from being an old guy and having that background.
Thank you for your patience, Austin.
No problem.
Parker Gabriel.
Hey, Austin. Obviously, you guys don't really huddle, and so I'm curious how a guy like Luke McCaffrey, so we hear a lot about his energy and as all the time. How does that, like, can you feel it when you're on the field? How so if you're not, in the huddle regularly? And just what is his energy like on a regular basis?
Yeah, so he's always an up tempo, up energy type of guy, and when we get a tempo call from the sideline, you can just hear the sense of urgency in Luke's voice. He's always clapping his hands, let's go, tempo, and that's it gets you kind of locked in real quick as a receiver out there. So I got to get my rules right now because Luke's Luke's running this offense. It gives the whole offense a sense of urgency, and I think that's something we need if we're going to be a true tempo offense.
Joe Nugent.
Hey, Austin, as a veteran guy, a guy who's been on the sideline for years at Memorial Stadium, was it weird being on the other side this past Saturday?
It was a little different. I will say from the start, when we first introduced that in practice, I found myself always looking for the play call on the opposite side, having to turn around. Oh crap, it's on the other side now. But it's second nature now. I mean, we've been running it in practice for all this time. It's not too weird now, but it is a little different in a game setting.
We'll finish this session with Sam McEwen.
Hey, Austin, what do you mean by expand the offense? I mean, I'm not asking you to give away the game plan, but what do you mean generally by that?
In expanding the offense in the sense that we know our rules and what we're trying to accomplish on a certain run play or whatever. Now we can add a little twist to it with another player getting into that same fit, or so to say, we can just add some extra nonsense for the defense to think, oh, we're doing this, whereas we're really just accomplishing the same thing. I guess I don't really want to go in too much in depth. Yeah, just added candy.
How's that? I mean, how's that going for some of the young guys?
Yeah, it's you can tell that they're treading water at the beginning of the week. But we're not trying to install too much in a game plan every week. So if they can lock into what we got in place for this week, week by week, I think they're capable of doing the game plan come Saturday.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Thank you. We'll now conclude our session with Austin. We'll be back here momentarily.